You are listening to Jerry-Royce-Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hi, if you're struggling with your relationship or you just can't seem to find the right one, author Gerald Manuel has written an enlightening new book entitled How to Identify Your Spiritual Soulmate. You may order a copy today from Amazon.com or at barnesandnoble.com. This book is sure to answer many of the questions you may have. Thank you and God bless you.
This is Calvin-Logan, host of the Logan Power Show. I'm on Jerry-Royce-Live Worldwide.
You are listening to PositivePower21.org with Jerry Royce.
What up? It's your boy Kano Kingston.
Hi, this is Angel Sessions.
Hey, this is Pat. Hi, I'm Teresa Powell.
Hi, Jerry. This is Ira Sandra Carter.
Hi, this is Phil Powers.
Hello, this is Teresa Bobby with Jerry Royce Live.
Hi, I'm Philip Byrne. I'm live on the Jerry Royce Show.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Houston Saint.
Peace, this is Dahlia the poet, spoken word artist.
Hello, this is Mama Keith with Jerry Royce Live.
All right, everyone. You got Robin Lynn, and I'm keeping it live right now on Jerry Royce Live.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? This is a award-winning podcast with the greatest podcast on earth. Thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide on Internet Radio, where you get your positive on. So when it's all positive, it's all power. That's positive power. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Think you know how drugs get in those little brown bottles? Think again. Set in the green hills of western New Jersey, inside the gilded halls of power of a U.S. pharmaceutical company where decisions are worth billions of dollars and human lives worth less. Nicholas Hardy, a young executive at Marshall Pharmaceutical, finds his career, family, and life in jeopardy. The Farmhouse, a suspense thriller novel by Bill Powers, published by Donna Inc. Publications, available at Amazon.com or DonnaInc.org. Go to Bill's webpage at www.authorBillPowers.com.
Are you looking for the next great read? A book filled with love, passion, betrayal, and intrigue. The award-winning novel, Season of Change, by Tamika Patrice Kane, is sure to satisfy your literary sweet tooth. Check out this must-read book reviewers are calling uplifting and emotional, and exceptionally great read, deeply intense and thought-provoking. Order your copy today, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon.com or at www.tamikapatrice.com.
Are you an author looking for promotional services or a reader looking for a great read at low prices? In this competitive world of books, Writing Royalty Promotions is dedicated to bringing authors and readers together to build a greater respect for literature through our various promotional services and online bookstore. So head over to WritingRoyaltyPromotions.com and check us out.
Hey everyone, this is Tanika Gonzalez, spoken word poet. Whenever I'm online, I'm always listening to Jerry Royce Live. You can find Jerry on www.spreaker.com. Positive Power 21.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to PositivePower21.org. I am Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, and you're listening to episode 347. That's right, episode 347 with Calvin Logan. That's right, we got Calvin. He's here today. He's a TV host of a show called the Logan Power Show that airs on MeTv in South Carolina on YouTube. But before we read his bio, let's hear a word from our sponsor, James Deshay. That's right. Pick that book up. And don't forget about James. He's out there on Blog Talk Radio waiting for you to hear him on Saturdays and live, and he take phone calls, right? Hold on, y'all. JamesTheShay.com.
Are you looking for a great book of poetry that is romantic, heartfelt, and full of male emotion? Then get Thoughts, Love, and Reflections by James K. Deshay. That's D-E-S-H-A-Y. Go to www.jamesdeshay.com. You will enjoy Thoughts, Love, and Reflections.
Hi, I am Arthur Crystal Alexis, and I'm on Positive Power 21 with Jerry-Royce-Live. Woohoo!
That's right. You tell them, Crystal, you live with Jerry-Royce-Live worldwide. And tonight, we got Calvin Logan and his bio reads. Calvin Logan is a native of Los Angeles, California, and currently resides in Charleston, South Carolina. He currently has been married for 10 years to the lovely Jamelia and the 3 children, Jasmine, Jeremiah, and Prince Logan. He currently still serving in the military for 13 years and still serving today. He has been a coach and assistant teacher on his spare time for over 16 years. Calvin received his undergraduate degree in business administration from Voorhees College and graduate degree of MBA from Webster University. Currently has a TV show called the Logan Power Show that airs on MeTv that is viewed in about 30 cities in South Carolina and spread out on YouTube. Calvin wants to see people succeed and wants to make a difference in the people he encounters. The Logan Power 5 platform is designed to allow people dreams, visions, and ideas to come to the forefront. Calvin Logan is a people person that wants to be a trailblazer for the current generation and the ones afterward. His mission in life is to build people, teach the game plan to a successful life, and provide assistance in helping to achieve their vision and dream. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you, Calvin Logan. What's going on, Calvin? How you feeling tonight?
What's going on, Jerry, man? It's a blessing to be on your show, man. I'm so excited.
No, man, it's a blessing to have you on the show, man. You're in 30 cities, man, all over South Carolina, man. People must be loving you out there, man. They give you a cable show. So what's up? What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. We in 30 cities right now, trying to rock it. Definitely trying to keep it moving. Right now, the whole goal is try to take over the state of South Carolina. Pretty much just keep it pounding, keep it grinding. Looking to connect with the right people who give us our chance, an opportunity. The investors, people that want to invest in our dreams, that we can give people the opportunity to put their business out the forefront. CEOs, pastors just trying to get their churches to where they need to get to, teachers who are making a difference, people who have community outreach programs, people who have, radio, internet, get anybody that you can that's doing stuff to make a difference in their lives. That's the whole purpose of the Logan Power Show, is to make an impact that never can be erased. That's the beauty of the show.
Amen, man. That is power. That is power right there. Now, Calvin, before we get into your show, man, my audience like to get to know the people, the person behind the mic, the cell phone, the telephone, whatever system you're using right now. They want to get to know you. They want to hear your voice. So the first question is, and it's the only pretty much the script question, is who is Calvin Logan?
Oh, goodness, Calvin Logan. Where do I start? I guess a guy who, I'm not 6'8", I ain't not 7'1", just a 5'7" guy with a big heart that wants to help people the best I can. That's pretty much who I am. Humble in the beginning. That's it. I can say I'm a very humble person. Resume, titles, I'm not caught in that stuff. So I'm just a humble guy, and I just thank God for what He's done for me. Came from Los Angeles, California. Guy with big dreams, and took it to the next level and moved out here to the South to do my best.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, man. Now, your resume reads your bio reads you got 3 lovely kids. So what's the ages of your children?
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. What?
The ages of your children.
Yes, sir.
You still there, Calvin?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead. Repeat that again.
Actually, man, we hear you a lot better now, man. I was saying, your bio read that you have 3 kids, and
yes,
I was just asking you what's the ages of your children.
Oh, my oldest daughter, Jasmine. she was on my television show. She wants to become the president of the United States. You know, take a look at his YouTube, the Logan Power Show, and look up Jasmine Logan. She's 8 years old, and she's our first. And then oldest son, Jeremiah, he's 5. And then our baby boy, Prince, he's 1. So that's it. I got one boy, one girl, excuse me, and 2 boys.
Yeah, there you go. So I got 2 boys and 1 girl. All right, that's awesome, man. And you've been married for 10 years. Now you still in the military, right? So that's your present job in the military.
Yeah, but right now I'm currently in reserve status. I also, doing a TV show and working some construction stuff too. I was in the military, been in the military now 13 years, 8 years in the Marine Corps, and my 5th year now in the Air Force. So after my 8 years in the Marine Corps, I decided to switch on over, and now I've been in the Air Force now. So a total of 13 years in the military.
All right, so 7 more years you can retire. Right.
It's more than just that. People look at retirement is one phase. For me, I've always said this growing up as a kid, and just, my father's been in business for 30 plus years. Retirement is one thing, but it's past that. I look at the military I love the sacrifice. That's why I chose to make that difference. But I know at the end of the day, it's going to take more than just that retirement to take care of my family. So that's why, I wanted to start my own things that, I've been called to. That's why I came with the TV show, and I'm trying to do other businesses, other shows, and looking to partner with right people who are willing to invest, and people like myself who are got a plan, got everything written down, just like yourself, Jerry, which are great. Your worldwide podcast, it's hitting so many places across the continent. That's the reason what I like my show to do. I wanted to be worldwide.
Yeah. That's right, and you can do it, man. You're doing it right now, bruh. And and the good thing about it, when you podcast and when you on YouTube, you just never know who's watching your stuff. Unfortunately, with YouTube, it doesn't give you the analytics that you want unless you really go inside the system and set it up. But you just never know who's sharing your file. And I think in some cases, I was listening to a guru that I had on the show, and she said sometimes they just can't quite measure the distance, for all of your cast that's going on because of the way people are sharing the files. You just never know when they're embedding them on their website, because we have several people that embed our show. So I see numbers just like crazy, but when I look at it in another arena, it don't quite read like that. But, then you look at your website numbers, that shows something different. So that's when you start saying, wow, your voice is really traveling the globe, and that's what it's all about. All right, man. Now, of course, we always like to talk about the positive things on this program, how a person, where their origin started. So tell us a little bit about your background, man, growing up, man. What kind of child life did you have, man, growing up, man, neighborhood and homies and stuff?
Oh, man, neighborhood, I see. My father is from Alabama, Haynesville, Alabama. So he was a Go Tide, Crimson Tide person back in the day. Still is. He loves the Alabama football team. My mother's from Chicago, the South Side Chicago, Illinois. So for her and my dad, they've always been the trailblazers for me. My mother was taught for over 30 years teaching LA Unified School District. She started in Chicago. And then my parents decided to move out west before I was born and start their future. My father grew up on a farm, picking up cotton, fighting for civil rights. The things that went on in Selma, people getting beat up. My father can testify to that. He still has a couple licks today that still shows. So he's been the kind of person that he said, son, he was always big into telling me that, son, doesn't matter what color your skin is, I don't care what it is. People can understand one thing: it's the green. And he was always said, don't settle. My parents always think you never settle for what people tell you can be. Look past the color of your skin. Always love everybody. My mother was big in the church. We went to Apostle Price's church, Crenshaw Christian Center. That's where I grew up 20-plus years. I've always been a faith kid, you know. I've always been interested in doing big things. I never was taught to do stuff small. And even going to college, playing college baseball, people said I never would make it, but I did, you know. And I've always been a big-time dreamer. And, you know, people always tell me, like, Calvin, you know what you're doing and the barriers that you're going to face. Why would you want to do that knowing that you're this way? And I said, well, I'm different. You know, my mother and father, no one would think a girl from the south side of Chicago and a guy from country from Haynesville, Alabama will have the opportunity of coming out to Los Angeles and starting their future, and did quite well. You know, my parents, my dad was a store manager for 25-plus years, and he's been with Pepsi going almost 20 years and in the business industry. So, you know, my dad never went to college. Never got I was a high school diploma, never went to college. My mother went to college, got a graduate degree from UCLA. You know, a lot of accolades. You know, I'm real proud of my parents. But, you know, they never really, the kind of people they bragged about, you know, oh, I'm this, I'm on that. They will always keep it humble, and they said, son, let it speak for itself. So that's kind of people my parents were. They never kind of they taught me to always stay humble. You know, sometimes you got to show when it's time to, you know, show who you really are. And then people say, well, man, I didn't know it was like that. So that's kind of my parents. So that's me. I've always been taught to stay humble, keep your faith strong, know what God's going to do for you, and just walk it out. So I'm pretty much walking it out.
Yeah, that's what Bunny the Bar say. Walk it out. Walk it out. Now you got 3 kids. Now, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I got. Well, like I said, before my parents married, my dad had an outside child, my brother. But outside that, I've been the only child. But my brother, who, you know, my dad had first, I love him. He's older than I am. So that's just me and him. Outside of that, that's all I have. I have cousins. You know, I got a big family there. I got, you know, god brothers. And I got friends who've been like my brothers to me and sisters. So, you know, I got a big family. I don't really get caught into this blood only, because sometimes, for me, some of your best help not always been family. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. Now, so where's your brother living at right now? Where he resides?
He's currently living in Atlanta, Georgia. Him and his wife. You know, he's in Atlanta doing the big thing. You know, he's the one. You know, did the graduate school, making good money, very successful. His accolades speak for themselves. So, you know, I think for us, when you compare our father to us, you know, we sort of surpassed him when it comes to education. And we never, you know, but the thing about, for us, we never got caught up in, like, because I got a degree, you know, the world owes me something. It's like, man, you still got to work hard and still put in that work. So that's the kind of person we've been. We've always put in that work. That's just it. We're kind of a grinding type of family. And like I said, for me, growing up as a kid, I see my father get up 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning and go to work. And so for me, I saw that. I see my mother get up early to go teach. And it's just, for us, it's been like a constant, you know, get it done, no excuses situation. So that's my brother. He's no excuse type of brother, so that's it.
Yes. So you get out there to see him sometimes? Because, you know, everybody loves a little bit of Georgia. You know, you got to get out there sometimes.
Well, Georgia love is kind of love. He just moved out. He just came to Atlanta about a year or so ago. Before he was living in Chicago where my dad was. But I think I can't see him in a minute, but I plan to do so. You know, I really want to spend time with my family. I'm a big family buff type of person, and so I pray I had the opportunity to spend some time with them, and we catch up.
That's right. You got to do that, man. In fact, I was just telling somebody at the office today. I said, I think I'm gonna make plans to go spend, some time with my brother. Drive down on a Saturday because he lives about 2 hours from where I am now. But I've been missing him the last couple of holidays. I think I missed him Christmas, Thanksgiving. I know I did see him for something we had, but it was for a really short time.
Okay.
But I said, because we used to be in business together, so it was just him and I grinding out. My dad was part owner, but my brother and I we were doing most of the work on getting the paper out. He was in the newspaper business. And,
okay.
That's a grind, boy. That's a business and a half right there, boy. You could do that business. You could do anything, man. I tell people.
Hear you.
All right, man. Now, I know a little bit about cable TV. I've actually hosted a dance show in D.C. It was, how they have those pilots. I don't think it went that far though, but I was considered for the pro. It was a good concept, but
sure.
Hooking a young guy in his 20s up doing oldie but goodies, I don't know about that idea, but But anyway, dude, let's talk a little bit about your show. We're gonna get into your show. We're gonna take a quick break, get our sponsors in real quick, and we're gonna come back and talk about the origin of the Logan Power Show. Everybody want to know how people got started in business. And of course, I know you still got a long way to go where you want to go. It's always good to, to set your sights, your dreams and have your goals and objectives and everything. So we're going to talk about all that, but we're going to hear a word from Reese World Publishing. All right, so hold tight, everybody. We'll be right back with Calvin Logan, the host of the Logan Power Show, running in South Carolina and YouTube. Hold tight.
Yes, sir.
Are you an avid reader of urban fiction, looking for drama, suspense, and more? Reese World Publishing is dedicated to bringing the world's best literature to our readers. Urban fiction, erotica, sci-fi, mainstream fiction, and children's literature are just some of the genres produced by our diversified family of authors. You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at our website, www.reeseworldpublishing.com.
Hi, this is Angel Sessions, and when I'm in town, I listen to jerry-royce-live, positivepower21.org, where they play my favorite music.
All right, thank you, Angel, for bringing us in. We're here talking to Calvin Logan. He's the host out in South Carolina, dominating the Logan Power Show, running on MeTv, 30 cities in South Carolina. Is there many cities in South Carolina, or you got more to go?
Man, I got a whole bunch to go, man. I mean, like I said, for me, we know that MeTV is one avenue. That's why we have YouTube. Check us out, the Logan Power Show. Facebook, the Logan Power Show. You got our supporters page. We've been getting on, blessed enough to get on your show, try to get the word out. Internet radio. We try to do as much as we can because television is not it's great, but it can be very expensive. It's not as cheap as you can touch more on television in a short period of time than you can with, social media in certain cases, unless it's something that you really did on YouTube or something that caused a spinoff. But, it's not always a guarantee. Unless it's something that's outrageous, something that people have got to hear. The thing to really get the word out is somebody that, has 1 million plus hits or whoever it is or what they got, all of a sudden just feeded your stuff and you just took off like lightning. I just think about the TV series Empire. Nobody would have never knew that show would have took off what it did. But hey, out of that first night, Fox just did a lot of good marketing with it, and they used that, and then they blew it over social media, connected it together with the YouTube and everything like that. Shoot, that show became history.
I don't know, Cal. I kind of saw that coming, man. I mean, they plugged in the right people. They had the right cons. They put in everything that we love. They put the music. Yeah. Former supermodel, you got Terrence Howard, Henson's on there, And they were very good chemistry when they did Hustle and Flow. You know, I mean, that was perfect chemistry, man. So, and then you put the young boys in, you put the rapping in, you got the singer, you brought in a little bit of controversy, you got the family issue. I mean, it's almost like Dallas in the hood, you know, except for they got money, you know. And
that's true.
I don't know.
I hear exactly what you're saying, but let's look at it from another standpoint. Like Power came on Stars. Let's be honest, Stars never would have thought that show would have got 4 or 5 million people to look at the pass at night. You know, Empire, for instance, they took part of what Power was doing. You do a lot of infomercials. You use social media. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. So you plug in whatever Terrence Howard has, whatever Taraji P. Henson, because they didn't know they get 13 million plus viewers a night. And now the biggest thing now, you know, Lee Daniels being a smart producer, and he written up this show, The Butler. You know, we as a community have to understand this. The music industry is not always like that. And I think the perception is that in our music industry, it's always a lot of drama. It ain't always that case. You're not going to find a story to be that precise. There's a lot of different probably producers, probably all mixed into one, or a lot of different scenarios. I think that's where a lot of times that for us, you know, the African-American community can do so much, and it's going to require people to tell the truth, let the truth be told. I mean, you can have a family, have an empire, and it could be not as over-dramatic as you would say how the show Empire was. You can, and it could get a lot of views. It didn't have to be that over-dramatic, but because it had so many things from homosexuality to money to sex to killing to drugs, things that's out there, and it all was mixed in one, a lot of people could identify with it, or a lot of people, like I said, we love drama. So it's just like if anything is drama-related, the world loves it. Anything that's positive takes a while for the world to pick up on it. So that's why, for me, I'd rather have it where, like for season 2, are you going to have it where the father gets back at the family and doesn't learn about forgiveness? Did you have it where, you know, she still is, I don't know, in love with the bodyguard? Is the son homosexuality still to the point where he can't love that daughter anymore? Is the young son still trying to fight me? Is the oldest son going to get locked up for killing his uncle? I mean, there's so many things where at the end of the day, you're going to say, when are we going to have some good scripts? You know, that we end on a positive note. Like, I give an example, The Godfather. No one thought Al Pacino would get that much love when that first came out. Nobody did. I don't care what anybody says. The Godfather, the Scarface, nobody thought they would get that much love when they first came out. But when people say they could identify, they said, you know, I want to be the next such and such, or I want to be that person. Then it became like, you know, like, oh man, I want to be the Godfather. Well, at the end of the day, the Godfather died on part 3. And the only reason why he died on part 3 is because the writer was gravitating towards the people who was watching it, because they didn't want to see a guy who was doing some negative stuff have a good life at the end. That's the only reason why. So that's why I tell people it's going to take more than just having a show where I like to have a show where we have a ups and downs, turmoil, a controversy, but at the end of the day, the show turns out positive. Why we can't have a positive ending no more? Are we scared to have a positive ending by anything anymore, or it always has some kind of negative turmoil that will say, okay, this is how life is. Life is not always that jacked up. And that's what we have to understand. That's like for my show. We try to pull and search for people that may not get the opportunity somewhere else. Because I guarantee this, if my show was
negative to the 90th level, I probably would be in probably 8 states by now. Probably. I probably have over 1 million YouTube views if it was that controversy. And if it was that, crazy.
But it's almost like you got to always outdo yourself when you do those kind of programs. It's like what we doing, these kind of shows last forever. It just takes people a while before they get tired of being broke and living in a negative world, and their universe is coming down on them all the time. Eventually, it just takes them more years to live that way before they decide. I had one of the most popular pastors in this country, this world, best friend on this show, and he was like 35 or something like that, maybe older than that, before he decided that he was getting tired of being high. He said he was getting tired of going in for treatment. He said it just came to a point he was so tired of it, he just wanted to be normal, and he's never been normal since he was a teenager. Sure. So I just think that it just takes people a while before they find out that it's better out there. So, and I'm gonna tell you this, man, real quick about Empire. We're gonna talk about you, man. I know a lot of people that's in my Facebook page really saw the negativity of Empire because they were showing our people in that light for the world to see them, to see us, But that's a lot of us. That's our world. But I saw a man who was concerned about leaving his legacy, his business for his boys. He just was concerned that he wanted to make sure that thing was going to be still standing once he was buried. That was his main concern. He worked too hard, and he didn't want to see it just go. He wanted to be assured. He wanted insurance that thing was going to run. That's why he was testing them boys. So that's how I saw it as a family business. They just had to do what they had to do, man, like most of us. And you got to take what the world gives you sometime, and that's what they do. I remember a long time, this guy said to me, I said, dude, you really smart, man. You really ran a very successful drug business. You probably could take anything and made a business out of it, right? But he said that's all the streets gave him. He didn't have the money, the credit to go to a bank and ask for the money to open up a store, to have an urban outfitters or whatever. Nobody's gonna give him that kind of money, so he just took what the world gave him. And not everybody is successful selling drugs or selling liquor or illegal cigarettes or whatever. Not everybody can do it.
True. So
that's what I got out of it.
I took it as too. I look at it. Another thing was people got upset that there was an African American man that was successful and that was doing things on a successful tip, like you said. The biggest thing is that what I learned from it too, just being a father, is that you don't want to create a competition between your kids for the legacy. See, you have to know what child is good at what, and say this is us as a family. But when he tried to create that controversy and pull him, then he kind of threw himself into his own pit and started his own bombshell. And the thing about what I learned from it too is that when you have a good thing, like Cookie was the one who was with him, Taraji P. Henson, and the chemistry was there. It wasn't like, for instance, that it was not there. The girl that you was with, or you said that's the one who you thought that was the right one. She wasn't. Yeah, her parents may have had all the right connections.
Are you talking about Boo Boo Kitty?
Yeah, Boo Boo Kitty. Yeah. Why you loving Boo Boo Kitty? And the thing about it is that she the people have not figured out that the real thing of that show showed you got to bring it together as a family. You can make it. There's money to be made. Drug games, for instance, as they showed, is temporary. There's nothing permanent in the drug game. And I think that's where we have got to understand as a community that when you come to the grips and saying, well, hey, I ain't going to have that in my community anymore, then you will actually be successful. And I think that's where we have to make that transition and say, hey, we're not going to allow it to happen in our community anymore.
That's right. Some communities don't have that choice. A lot of those guys are keeping those communities afloat. They're keeping those people, children employed, family employed, food on the table, clothes on their back, tennis shoes on their feet. So sometimes they let it go, because that's all they got. Now, the biggest thing that's the concern about a lot of men that was looking at their program is that it was reflecting, in their eyes, a lot of negativity, because the hip hop game is a crazy game, man. Not everybody make it in that game, man. And also I liked about it too that it did show some concerns that the music industry have right now because of the artists are not making the money they used to make because people are streaming their shows for free. Streaming their music for free, and they feel like they're losing out. Then, so that was a concern he had too. Cause remember, he was bringing those guys together, telling them he's offering them a partnership. And then you look at Jay-Z, he comes out with a new platform Tidal that's supposed to help give the consumer a little bit more. If they pay for it, they say, hey, we're going to give you a little bit more than just a song download. You're going to get exclusive videos and all this stuff. So they're trying to step out their box now. And I think that's interesting for business because, you and I are in that same boat right now, trying to reach a broader audience, trying to find people who's going to tell a great story. And that's what it's all about, telling a really, really good. And that's what Empire is. It's just a really, really good story. A story that's been told a lot of times, but it just wasn't told at that level. Because you got P. Diddy and all those guys that live just like that, want to leave something for their children, when they're dead and gone, So they covered a lot in that show. A little Eminem was in there, too. Remember the white rapper came in there? They had a little bit of that.
He covered everything. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, I truly believe that just for Jay-Z with Tidal, the thing about with him was he got that conversation with Warren Buffett, and that's what catapulted Tidal into other things, the Rock Nation with the sports agency. So it's really big in that. See, the problem with just helping out a lot of the hip-hop industry people, what people haven't fairly realized this. The biggest thing is when you decide I'm going to go with label A, B, C, D, and E. The biggest thing is your first contract, what you sign up for. The second thing you want to know is about distribution, how much you're getting paid per dollar for every CD that's sold. Another thing is touring. Touring is how you make a lot of your money, and people get to see you hand on hand and foot. Now, there's always people worried about streaming, but there's good publicity and there's bad. Because I give an example. If I had the Logan Power Show and say we was at the, where the Lakers play, Staples Center, Clippers, right? And we had the Logan Power Show with 20,000 fans. All right, we know the show is recorded, we know the show is live. Who cares if they're streaming? I would put on Facebook, hey, like the Logan Power Show right now, comment that you live in here, because free publicity is good publicity. Nothing wrong with it. You just got to know how to market it right. That's the whole thing. You don't think that Kevin Hart, when he got 14 million plus Instagram or Twitter followers, it's just for jokes. It's just for those people that he puts on there is that you can start a trend. And when you say something, it's bigger than that. Like the President of the United States. Does he care if someone streams his stuff while he's speaking on his speech? Is you're posting it, you're going to get your friends that's connect with those friends and with that friend. The music industry is the same thing. The problem is that you have to know who the players are. Tidal is becoming one thing, they're going to be a player. But you have Google who does their streaming. You got iTunes, that's another big player, that's doing their thing.
Yahoo too. Yahoo
has it streaming also. But see, what iTunes learned was they picked up off that power and that empire, and they said, we want to be first exclusive. Because they know that the African-American community is big on their stuff. And we spend about $1.1 trillion a year, so they want a piece of that pie. So that's the thing. A lot of people haven't realized this, is that the investment into some of these shows and things like that. I mean, that's the thing. Like the Logan Power Show, the same way. When you look at some of my stuff, take a look at YouTube. Email us. We're filming this Saturday, and we asking all people who want to get involved with us, hey, holler at us. let us know you want to get on the show because we want to make a difference. We've had the mayor, guy who's running for mayor in Charleston coming on. We're trying to work with the guys who's running for mayor for North Charleston coming on. I mean, we're trying to get so involved. We got involved with the Walter Scott shooting down here. We got, we're trying to get into so many avenues, so many things that's going on because we want people to understand it's bigger than just a 30-second, 15-minute fame. There's more than just that. We got to find out what's going on and how we can make a difference in the community in such a short period of time.
That's right. Amen. And we like to say, man, kudos to you, man, for doing that, because that's a hard business right there, man. Because if you look at history, it's like, okay, who's been out there in television, big television, who gave like that and made millions, or did they just do it because they just want to have favor, put a name right there. And you think about Geraldo, his show, he was one of the first talk show hosts to make it really big that was non-white. And you talking about doing investigating reporting. He brings your story. And that was the thing I liked about Geraldo. He was one of the guys that really impressed me in the beginning when I was growing up because he told a really, really good story, man. You ever listened to him? He had regular people, but they told a really, really good story because he had a really good investigative team, research team. And even today, man, he probably can still carry a show, Geraldo. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you this, Logan. Let's talk a little bit about, your direction you're going. Of course, we know you want to expand your market. What when you research, did you say to yourself, what was your objective with this show in the beginning? Did you see it was a need? What was your goal?
Oh, wow. Well, my producer, Spencer Jones, he's been doing a lot of different shows out here in South Carolina, and I was helping them with another show, because I've been in telecommunications, working, and so I had started a research business, and a girl had introduced me to him and said, you need someone to help him be an agent and get him some people. So he was working on another show, and the guy was interviewing some people, and, I was watching how he was doing it, and I was like, well, you could have done a little bit more or got some more people, and he told me, why don't you guys doing your own show? I said, man, I ain't trying to be on no television, man. I said, television today, the shows now, there's really nothing, I would say, informative, positive anymore. That's out the door. You don't get them anymore. You'll get a lot of negative, or you'll get where a hot show is coming on, and those people be on it, but that's celebs. But you don't get the regular people anymore. Regular business owners, people who are trying to start a business, or people who are successful in business just need some more avenues. So we've been on since October of last year, 2014. So we're going on our 7th month. The biggest thing we're looking for is investors, sponsors, people that want to give us an opportunity to invest in our show. That's what we're looking for. And so when I started the show, I've been using my own finances. I haven't got any other people's finances, my own. And that's what I've been doing with the show. And we were blessed enough to use one church and use that for a couple of months. And then people got mad because we were filming in there, and because they had a bunch of offices. And so we had to find another building. And then we were blessed enough now.
It was church people. It was church people.
Man, we was at a church, like a church owned one part of this office building, and there's other office business people in there. And we were filming on Saturday once a month. And so the church was kind of let us use their space. And there's like an open walkway. There was like a desk there, and no one was using it, period. So we use it every Saturday, filming, having a good time. And so I guess 3-4 months we were into it, some business person complained about we were filming. And we were looking, okay, well, we're not filming. We're not talking about your business. We're not talking about anybody. All we're trying to do is have positive people on the show. And we film once a month. And we were filming for about maybe 4 or 5 hours. And we're not stopping your business. Your business is closed. So how are we stopping production? So another church was kind enough to allow us to use their facility. And a lady, Gina Sanders, Scott's Grand, here in Charleston, let us use her building. So that's what we're filming now. And we're just looking for investors, people that want to give us an opportunity to let us know that we can be different and we can actually get a worldwide audience. And people will gravitate to us because we're speaking the truth. If you look at all my YouTube stuff, there's really nothing I put out there to dogmatic anybody because that's not our angle. Our angle is to strictly tell the facts, just who they are. We don't care if they're white, black, Hispanic, who cares? We want them all on the show. Come on there, talk about what you're doing, and let me tell people, hey, support them. Because in today's society, visual aid is needed. I don't care what anybody says. Right. You can hear all day long, but, what you're doing, you're worldwide right now. And that's a hard way. You've been doing it for some years. And it's a blessing that you've been on and you're still moving. But not everyone can be like yourself because not everyone has that kind of opportunity to say, oh, I'm doing a podcast, I'm worldwide. For me, television, for us, people talk about, man, I need $1 million, and then we said, nah, for us, shoot, if we had $25,000, $30,000, shoot, we'd probably be covering the whole South right now.
Yeah, because why? Is it because you got to run commercials so people know where your show is? Is that the what we do? Our biggest thing is that we ask people to come onto the show for donations to come on the show. The biggest thing is that we try to tell people the show's here to help you. We're not trying to take advantage of you, but it costs money to keep it moving. And we understand people. When you invest in us, we will show you something with the show. So that's why we look for investors. We tell people, hey, this show is something different. It's needed. The people need it. It's something that you can't tell me that I'm not on something. I'm on to something because I'm really, I would love when I get to the point that I can fly you in and come on to my show so we can actually have a good time and conversate and get your, video content of yourself. And the Jerry Royce Live, you can say, well, now it's live. It's just like the Breakfast Club that you have. Them people can't be on radio forever. Steve Harvey has live because you can't. Radio is one way, but that visual aid is key. I don't care what anyone says. People love to hear. They love to see it. They got to have something to go with it because you only can hear it for so long, and then you say, okay, now I want to see who is this person behind the mic. It's just like music video. That's right. That's right. When Beyonce released a video, boy, that's when her sales go off the roof.
Oh yeah, it does go off the roof. But see, the people fair to realize the first person to ever do a music video of a movie was Michael Jackson. And see, Michael Jackson had set the formula. He set the tone. The people don't understand that. That nobody will ever do Michael Jackson sales. Period. You will never get a person that can literally do that to this day. It's not an artist. The closest person you get close to that is maybe Bon Jovi, maybe Prince, maybe those two, maybe. We think about longevity. But a guy who literally can have a concert within and post it probably on Facebook within an hour and be sold out in probably 60 seconds is Michael Jackson. That guy right there, I tell you right now, the in-person is totally powerful than what you see on television. If you ever were to hear Mike in person or on television, that man gave you a show.
Yeah, he did.
And he gave you a show that's something to gravitate to. And we don't, right now with music is it's like an up and down volume. It's like an equalizer. We're going up, we're going down, but there's the voices of us, music right now is not to that point. We're not at that Michael Jackson stage anymore like we used to be, where there was like a person, I guarantee it, that person can get 10 million people to listen to that one voice, and they got that much power. The only person right now in the world that really has that kind of power now is the President of the United States. And that's why his position is so critical right now. And that's why I tell people, if you don't like them, that's your decision. If you love them, you love them. But you got to pray for them. You got to pray for your leaders for wherever you live. I don't care if you live in Great Britain. Pray for your prime minister. I mean, if you don't like them, because the thing about it is people have not figured it out. And I hope that people that listen to this show, understand where I'm coming from. I served under two presidents, President Bush Jr. and the currently President Obama. Hey, I did my job on both, agree or disagree. I served and did my thing with the President of the United States, served on his campaign. I love doing it. I had nothing against President. I was praying for President Bush. Hey, when love him or did like him. So I was telling people right now, you got to pray for your leaders because those people got so much authority. The last thing you want to do is get to this point where I'm having that fit and I'm talking about. I tell people all the time. I say you don't see that in other countries. You really don't. People talk about communism. Let's be honest. We have one of the greatest countries in the world where you can say pretty much what the heck you want to say without being ridiculed for it. Okay?
Live to see the next day.
Oh, yeah. You can put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, you can put it on Vine, YouTube. You can post it up there. You can say anything you want. And hey, if you get a couple of views, you get this. But at the end of the day, people understand that United States of America, it was supposed to be built on foundation. And we don't get to the point that we want to change our mindset of what we're doing, this country is going to have major issues because you got to stand together because other people are watching from the outside. And if you look like you ain't coming together, people will take advantage. And I want this country to be the best it can be. It's supposed to be where everyone comes together, no matter what race you are. And I pray that we do. And it's just like, like I said right now, racism is not, you weren't born a racist. It's impossible. I think that's what people fail to realize. Racism is taught. It's taught by a parent teaching to a child. Because I tell you right now, you can have a kid who's white, African American, Hispanic, Asian, Latino in the same playpen, and they can have fun. And that you can care what you say because they don't say, well, that person is that, and I can't play in the sandbox because that person. Man, please, that 1-year-old, the other 1-year-old, the 1-year-old, the other 1-year-old gonna have a good time. And if they get into a little fussy thing, they shake it off, give a hug, and keep it moving.
That's right.
It's real simple. Right. And so if we don't get to the point that we get to that level, that we learn to forgive, we learn to heal, man, we're going to have too much issues. I mean, you can't say that one party is wrong all the time and this one party's always right or, this person's this, and that's the part of it that, I really want people to understand. My show, the Logan Power Show, we come with answers. We bring people on there for a reason so that they can have the opportunity of having a great show. They can see who these people are, and you call them yourself. We don't try to hide behind these people. We want to have a show where, hey, give them a call. Hey, email us to loganpowershow@gmail.com. Tell us about what you think about our show. We take all the criticism. If you say, Calvin, you said this 5,000 times, all right, great. I'll work on it next time. If you say, Calvin, have this person on the show, hey, I'll try my best. I'll get them on the show, see what I can do. But that's it. I mean, my show is pretty simple, simplistic, straight to the point, man.
Amen. All right, man. You're doing good, man. All right, Hotel, we're going to take a quick break, Calvin.
Sure.
And hear a word from our sponsor. We're talking to Calvin Logan, the Logan Power Show, airing out there in South Carolina and YouTube. You can check them out. All right, right now we're going to hear a word from Dominique Wilkins, the Good Book People. Hold tight, everybody.
Have you been hurt, been backstabbed, got a talking back team? Well, you're not alone. No. Escaping to another reality. Through Dominic Wilkins' good books, audio books, paperback, ebook, good books.
Available on authordwilkinsgoodbooks.com.
Hey, this is Tiffany Boyle, CEO and Editor-in-Chief of Emerge Magazine, the new voice of business. Here inviting you to come out to celebrate with us at the Emerge premiere, May 29th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the City Club of Washington, D.C., located at 555 13th Street Northwest, Columbia Square. Again, that's May 29th in Washington, D.C. For more information, visit www.emergepremiere.com.
Hey, this is director-producer Alan Wills, and I am on Positive Power 21 with Jerry Royce Live. And when I'm online, I listen to Jerry Royce Live at www.spreaker.com/positivepower21.org. Y'all heard?
All right, that was my man Alan. Man, that dude got some talent with short films too. I hope he make HBO. That's his dream. Keep the dream alive. All right, we're talking to Calvin Logan. He's the host of the Logan Power Show. He airs on MeTv. He's in 30 cities in South Carolina, and he's out there on YouTube. Now, Cal, most of the people that's on your show, are they all locals of South Carolina?
I got people from South Carolina, a couple people from Georgia, and I had a couple people from North Carolina. That's it right now. So
they ride out. So they ride out to see you, or you ride out to see them sometime.
Everyone rides out to come to me. I don't. We haven't gone mobile. Everything that we've done on our filmings have been in the North Charleston area when it comes to our filming, and majority of our customers have been people from Charleston, North Charleston, Goose Creek, Moss Corner, who have come out. We have people always coming from Georgetown, St. George has come to our show. People from Florence, South Carolina. We try to contact them through, if it ain't Facebook, it's not LinkedIn, it's not Twitter. We even try to, see what they're doing online. We try to contact them all. And, we tell people we're very serious, but not everyone takes us serious. So that's why we try to be as serious as we can.
That's right. Now, are they small business owners, or what level are they is the success and everything? Are they what you call middle class millionaires?
So most of the people we've had either to small to medium business right now. I know that the one that you would see with him is Quadre Stuckey. Stay with him. Quadre Stuckey has a song called Baby Girl. It has almost close to 1 million hits on YouTube. That's probably one of our biggest social media people. We've had, pastors, people who small, medium with their businesses. That's pretty much what we've had. We have not had any millionaires yet, but, we're claiming for that. We've had some, one person is Henry Ravenel. He's a very successful business person. We've had a lot of different, plethora of different people. But we haven't hit those millionaires and billionaires yet, but, hey, we would love to get them on because nobody knows who they all are, and the billionaire role, shoot, I would love to get all 2,000 plus of them on my show, and even get them to give us a nice little donation or something to help us out.
That's right, because you got 9 million millionaires in this country, man. How many of them living in South Carolina, you think?
I couldn't really have the exact figure. I know in South Carolina you have a couple billionaires. The most richest billionaire is a lady in South Carolina. Millionaires is in Charleston. It's like, you have to get to know the who the who's are really when it comes to Charleston, due to the fact that to be well connected. You're not going to know, because everybody's not going to broadcast their stuff. So for me, I'm just trying to get connected, find out who I need to be a part of, who has the right, help. Because everyone can say they're going to really help you, but then when it gets down to the end of the day, okay, are you really helping? Are you just talking? Sometimes it's a lot of just gas. So, you know, I'm the kind of person, if you say you're going to help me, give me a game plan. Tell me how this is going to happen. You know, what part are you going to do? What do I need to do? Do I need to do a lot of leg work? That's fine. I have no problems doing leg work. At the end of the day, I just don't want to do a lot of leg work, and it's for nothing. So for me, I really want to have the opportunity that if someone really does invest in me, you know, I will make them a lot of money, because I think I have a good platform and I have a great formula to how to get them money.
That's right. All right, we're talking to Calvin Logan. That's right. Native Los Angeles, California, currently residing in Charleston, South Carolina. And we're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to a quick song, a little snippet of Kimberly. She's coming soon, y'all. I heard she's going to be on tour. And my dad was asking me, where is Kimberly? I'll find out for you. Hold tight, everybody. Here she go. And this song is called I Want to Be Yours.
Listening to Jerry-Royce-Live Worldwide Podcast.
That's right. You tell them, Robert, they listen to Jerry-Royce-Live Worldwide, and we talking to Calvin Logan. That was my girl, Kimberly. Man, Kimberly gonna kill the charts because all her songs sound good. Man, she is so awesome. We can't wait. She says she's writing and composing 15 songs. I said, Kimberly, you don't need that many songs. We want to hear you now. So we'll see if she'll make our dreams come true. But I heard she's coming to a town real soon, so we'll keep you guys up to speed because we are real close with her management team, and we're watching her on the radar. But right now we're talking to Calvin Logan. Maybe he can get Kimberly on the show. I forgot where she's from Florida, so she's not too far from you, man. You might have to go to her and meet her halfway or something like that. But now let me ask you this, Calvin. I know everybody always, got objectives and goals and dreams. I always wanted to be Don Cornelius, and I had my chance. Like I told you, I was in D.C. I had the mic. I had this pretty green-eyed young lady standing next to me with a microphone. We trying to do oldie but goodies, and we in our 20s. It just wasn't going to work in D.C., and I didn't really like go-go music at the time because I was a DJ, and we was in the hip-hop and club music from Baltimore. So I guess they just didn't see the love behind the in front of the camera and behind the mic. But at least I had a chance to try it out. I was also on a dance show. If you guys remember Moon Man Connection, he was all over the place too. His show traveled throughout the country. He was kind of a spinoff of Soul Train, so I knew what it was like to be up there dancing, look like Louis, giving up the fists and everything. Where you think where you trying to take Logan Power Show, man? You gonna be a Steve Harvey? You gonna be Oprah? Or you just gonna be Calvin Logan? What's the deal?
Well, I mean, the goal of the show, it definitely want to be myself. I want to be just me. I would love the show to be global. I know that for us, taking the United States is one of our first goals. First goal is take the whole state of South Carolina. And then corner off the South, and then, you know, move out to the Midwest and up north, and then keep moving out to the West, and then where I'm from, and take the whole United States. And then from the United States, you know, get Canada, Mexico, get North America pretty much on lock, and then go down Central America, South America. And then when you're talking about venturing into, you know, kind of Africa, where I've been to before, you know, Asia, Europe, Australia, other places like that, you know, you have to willing to expand, and that will require, you know, getting bigger over the airways. So, you know, I claim that we do get there. It will take just some hard work, but and a lot of faith, and take a lot of emails, a lot of calls, and don't give up. That's pretty much where you have to be. That's what it's going to go. But we appreciate the strides we're doing now, and we know that somebody, you know, whoever's listening now could be an investor. We're willing to invest in our show to take it further than where we are, and make it the Logan Power Show becomes a household name where, you know, people would turn on the television and get to watch us. Because, you know, I'm not really concerned about the prime time. You know, I gotta have, you know, people see me 9 o'clock in the morning or 4:30 afternoon. You know, people see me 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, see me 7
so you gonna
o'clock,
keep
you know.
So you plan on keeping your format the same way? You know, basically just interviewing, you know, small businessmen and women, just letting them tell their story. You know, promotion.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it was like your show kind of like a promotion show, wasn't it? Like more like promoting their business. They get a chance to talk about what they do, where their location is. Tell us a little bit about the format. Yeah, tell us about the format. I don't think I asked you that.
Gotcha. The format is designed to get people who may be starting or who's been well off in their business to come on the show. We've had politicians come on to talk about what they're about to do. We've had pastors tell what the vision is for the church. We've had controversial shows and talking about what they'd like to do as a pastor, or, you know, what the vision is for people. We've had people who want to talk about their dreams. And then, we've had kids come on. You know, my daughter, 8 years old, wants to become the President of the United States. So I interviewed her. I've had a young man, 11 years old, starting writing a book. So I've had a young kid out here starting a foundation, community organizations. So it's a plethora of different things. We just want to make a difference in where we can and where we are. So that's what the show is designed to do. It's designed to do that, and it's just going to take a lot of hard work to get it done. So I truly believe that people who watch the show will have the opportunity to see it for what it is, and see what we have.
That's right. Now, my next question is, what are people asking to see these days when it comes to business programming? Because I know I look at the internet all the time, and there's some really good shows out there. You got TechCrunch, and where it's almost like MeTv. They go into these new established businesses. You get a chance to walk around, see these businesses. They tell you how they set up, how they got their money, how many employees they hire. I always thought that was motivation. You know, when you see success like that. And then if you remember MeTV, when they used to go into these artists' home and you get a chance to see their success. You know, when people see stuff like you said, it kind of motivates them and say, wow, look at this guy. You know, even though he's driving, really beautiful cars and living in a nice home and traveling and everything, you know that they grinding too, because it was a show out there too that was also showing behind the scenes what it takes to be a rock star or a rapper, you know, the hard work that's going behind it. I mean, they showed Michael Jackson, you know, that movie that he had produced was showing how hard it is, you know, what they go through to prepare for a concert that size. So, those shows do really well. Sure. Any chance we will see you on location, you know, seeing a hairstylist grinding it out, taking on 20, 30 customers on a Saturday, and, you see the big shiny cars and a nice house, but what did it take for her to get there, Would you ever get a chance to reveal that?
Yes, we've been on locations, a couple of beauty salons. We've done interviews there too. We've had people who've had barbershops own multiple ones on our show and talk about how their success, their strategies, how they started their business. You know, for me, even being in the business sector, you know, I can always tell people how to start a business, how to do certain strategies to make it successful, since that's why I studied. You know, I tell people a lot of times, you know, my show is very informative. We give a lot of information, but we make it simplistic. A lot of times people come with shows with all these big words, but unless you know what those words mean, it's pointless. It's just going in one ear and not the other. So for our show, it's really simplistic on how to understand what's going on, who's coming on the show, and what they're doing. We've had kids, a young lady who was trying to get money to raise for college. So we talked about why does she want to go to college, you know, what's the goal. So the show is pretty much will give you where we're going and how it's going to make it happen. But I truly believe that that's where you have to do with the show. You can't lose your listeners. That's why we put it on YouTube. We're not trying to do an hour-long show. It's pretty much the show on television is 30 minutes, but our YouTube slots just focus them at one interview for the person. So most are on average about 12 to 15 minutes, which is really not that long for people, because people's attention span, you know, can be very they're not as long as it used to be back in the day. So you have to make
short.
Attention span is very short. So we try to make it as simple as possible and try to be as live as we can. So that's what the Logan Show is about.
All right, man. We're going to take another break, and we come back. We're going to get Calvin Logan's final thoughts for tonight's show. And Calvin, we appreciate you coming out here, man, sharing, you know, your dream, your vision of the Logan Power Show. And people need to hear that. You know, people want to know, you know, they're going to watch you. You know, they're going to be watching you, see how you do out there, man. You know how people are. They like to watch first, see what's going on. So, again, you can find him on MeTv, and he's out there in South Carolina on Comcast. And you said the Turner Network also?
Yeah, we're on Time Warner, you know, but if you want to see previous shows, just go on YouTube, look at the Logan Power Show. You'll see all our shows that we currently have broadcast, because we know we come on 6:30 in the morning on every Thursday, and we know a lot of times everyone is not up. Not every American's up during that time, or they're kind of busy. So that's why we have our YouTube, we have our Facebook, the Logan Power Show. And, you know, get involved. You know, we have so many things we put up on there, even on our supporter page. So definitely, it's just having fun and enjoying ourselves.
All right, we're going to hear a quick snippet of my man Linton and Louise. They got a song out called Touch Me, and you can find him out there on our website, positivepower21.org. You can find Linton. He's a station operator out there in South Carolina, running a show called Jam Vibe Radio, and he's pushing jazz and gospel music. And awesome. If you're at work and you know you got one of those jobs where you need high concentration, jazz is the best music to hear. All right, you all right over there, Calvin?
Yes, sir.
You all right, man? Okay.
I'm rocking with you.
All right, everybody, hold tight. Here's Touch Me.
PositivePower21.org. Internet radio.
You are listening to PositivePower21.org with Jerry Royce.
All right, thank you, family, for bringing me in. All right, we at the end of the show. We gave Calvin Logan a whole hour and a half special show. Since he's in business and television, you know, I knew he would have a powerful message for us. And lucky for him, we have another guest lined up. Yeah, somebody dropped off. Yeah, Brandon said we'd just give him the whole thing. I was going to tell you, but I said I knew you'd be able to carry the show. So that was cool, man. Appreciate you carrying the show tonight. Coming out of South Carolina tonight. And again, that was Linton and Louise, that beautiful song that was just played. So you check them out right here on PositivePower21.org, and you can find him at Jam Vibe. I always forget that. So jamviberadio.biz. That's where .biz. That's where they said .com. .biz, y'all. But again, you can find them on PositivePower21.org, along with a number of other artists that we current on our program. I say artists because they do other things too. You got Beverly Fells Jones, our life coach. You got Sabrina Williams. That's right, the famous Sabrina Williams from the Williams family. That's right, from Las Vegas. She's a beautiful podcaster. She's doing her thing. And then you can hear Gerald Manuel, his previous shows. He's actually going to be doing relationship shows with us. We're going to be having some real talk with some real men here talking about relationships. We'll be scheduling that this month real soon. We hope to have Calvin involved with that. That's right. We got to get him involved with that one. And also, don't forget about, again, Gospel Radio. That's right.
Gotcha.
Coming out of Florida with Pastor Keith Powell and his beautiful wife, Teresa Powell, doing that thing out there. I'm going to have to remember to put my website up when I be naming all these people that's on the show. And there's many more, because we also got the beautiful Robin Lynn Maven, who's doing it up on Spreaker.com. And she's also has a big production company, so check her out too. So that's all on PositivePower21.org, y'all. All right, Calvin Logan, you ready to deliver? You ready to take us home, brother?
I'm ready to take you home. I mean, I really, once again, I'm honored for you allowing me to be on your show. Definitely love to come back again and love to have you, where we interview you, talk about your humbling beginnings and where you are now, so that people get to see the face and enjoy. And so I love to collaborate with you. The biggest thing I can tell people today that's watching, I learned this probably a long time ago. Write the vision and make it plain, and they that run it will hear it and run with it. It's a biblical term. I've always known this: if you don't write nothing down, tell people who really care where you really are going. When you do that and they hear your vision, there's always somebody in the midst who will take it and run with it. So that's the biggest thing I want people to understand. This is that don't get worried about the no's. You can get 1,000 no's, but don't take that one yes that can change your life around. I don't care if for me, being in the Marine Corps 8 years, the Air Force was 5. I remember when I first decided to join the Marine Corps, people say, Calvin, you crazy, you'll never make it past Parris Island. But hey, I did it. This is that most people can't do. They say they've been in the military that long. People say you never make it through college. You'll never get your graduate degree. None of these things will ever happen to you because you don't fit the criteria. You wasn't raised with a silver spoon in your mouth. You didn't have 6 to 8 figures in the bank. Your skin's wrong. Something's always wrong with you, Calvin. But hey, I kept my faith strong. I trust God, and that's all I want people to know tonight is that write the vision, make it plain, set your goals out, what you want to do in 2015. Keep pushing. If you got a business, understand this. If you had a bad first quarter, it's second quarter back at the third quarter, the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Just like in basketball, in football, baseball, you got 9 innings. I can tell you when I played college ball, it's amazing. You can be down by 4 runs, but that rousing cry say, hey, we gonna make it. Or we down by 5 with, 40 seconds left. It ain't going to happen. We're going to make it happen. We're down by 6 points, with the football on the line, game on the line. All these things are times where you have to grind deep, dig your faith, and you will make it. And I want people to understand, write that vision, make it plain, and show it to somebody what you're trying to do. If you're posting it on Facebook, that may not be the answer, or Twitter, social media. Find somebody, get on there, let someone hear your voice. So that's why I hope whoever's listening to me tonight, please support Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Show. Hey, look us up at Logan Power Show on YouTube, Facebook, the Logan Power Show. If you're in the South Carolina area, hey, we'd love to have you on. If you're an investor, hey, you want to support us, hey, let us know. We're trying to do some other shows out here. I want to build another Shark Tank out, another Shark Snapper show, but a little different than what they're doing now. But I got some other things in mind, but definitely, people, give someone another opportunity and build your community. And that's it, man. I just really appreciate you.
Yeah.
I really do.
All right, brother. Appreciate it, man. And I want you to hold the line, man, because a gentleman I want to introduce you to, Mr. Linton Smith. He dialed in, and we're going to get a chance to chat with him a little bit after the show. So if Mr. Smith can hold tight, and I can introduce you guys, since you guys living in a great state of South Carolina. Not great as Maryland, but it's a great state. All right. All right. All right, everybody. I always tell you guys, you want to hear the good stuff, you got to listen to Jerry Royce Live on positivepower21.org, and on your smartphone, download our app at Spreaker.com/positivepower21. That's right, so you can listen to us at work. You get a chance to hear some awesome jazz music. That's right, Mr. Linton Smith, the station owner out in South Carolina, will be bringing you jazz and gospel music. You get a chance to hear his beautiful wife. Got an opportunity to meet both of them this past weekend. Their little YouTube show. We tried to do a little Logan Power Show. That's right. But I ain't have my team with me though, Logan. But I was trying, man. I was doing my thing though. Mr. Smith will tell you, we had fun though. We had fun on the set, man. Now, so boys and girls, you don't necessarily have to do everything Jerry Royce Live do, because I try to change the game, y'all. Try to change the game. All right. So here we go. We about to end the show. And again, Calvin, we wish you the best of luck, man. And we got to include you with my man Gerald Manuel show, man. I thought it was a good idea. We bring some gentlemen on the show and talk some real talk first before I start bringing the ladies out there, because he gonna eat them up. So we're gonna do it like that, all right?
I appreciate it.
Chance to hear a guy who's been married for 10 years, and my man Mr. Smith been married longer than that. I think he hit 22, and I'm around 23, so you got a lot of experience coming on the show. And the funny thing, Gerald only been married for about 2 or 3 years, but he's the one that wrote the book, though, But he said he did all that when he was getting into the word. But it's all good. God gave him the message, so we know it's all good and it's all right, and we have to follow God's word. All right, man. I'm Jerry Royce Live. I'm worldwide. Thank you for tuning in to Jerry Royce Live on positivepower21.org and Spreaker.com/positivepower21. This is a Royce Enterprises production. And don't forget about replay on Facebook.com/Jerry Royce Live. All right, that's a wrap.